could you maybe calm down a little? Calm down? No way, Jose. Not until you come clean. For your own good, dang it. Our chapter reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew. Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people. I'm going to have to ask you to... You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all the ones who let the Tortosaurus, Granville. You're the one who let the Tortosaurus run wild. You hoping to hide the fact they bred this menace themselves? The staff clinging desperately to their story? No, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own damned eyes. Sure, I saw something, but doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here. Alright, break it up. I'm Mr. Edgeworth. And Shaun. Y'all on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh? No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Langzy says... The darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, the killer's no different from a monster, really. Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto a crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. He was missing for over a day. The last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell, on the roof of the big building. Why'd the two of you arrange to meet? I'm sorry, but I can't say. Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder? Why? Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Cavell, we're trying to help you. She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the President's murder, and I'm going to prove it. You said yourself the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time passed between Judge Cavell meeting with the President and then? That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Shaun Fenn? Me? We know you were here on the set last night. You were, Shaun? We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it. You came back to run your lines, right? What? You were spying on me? I'm sorry, I'm just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was right about you. How many times do I have to tell you I don't need you to worry about me? Shaun, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologise this instant. Sorry. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Cavell. It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is those who break the law. Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must... And I want you to remember that, alright? Can we get on with the investigation now? Of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Cavell, the mother, will take a little getting used to. Anyway, to understand you're accusing Shaun of being involved somehow, Agent Lang.
I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. I don't care what it takes, I'm going to find out.
I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. Alright, Shaun, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night.
Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide. I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. You've been rehearsing late at night again? When I called you yesterday evening, Shaun, you said you were at the hotel.
You called him? Around what time?
It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Shaun stays away from home, we have to speak every night. Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set. So you lied to me? Sorry. Oh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Their child alone, late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did. Although I can't help but wonder if he's telling the truth.
I might be being a bit hasty here, but...
Objection!
Yep. Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt.
Wait, that's... How did you...
That's right, your rehearsal tape.
What? You video footage from last night?
We do, and if you watch it, you'll see it was no ordinary evening.
That's a footprint there already.
There is. I'm not sure it's an everyday sight even on a film set.
Shaun, why would you keep this from me? No reason. Liar! That stuff might work on your mummy, kid, but it's not going to work on me. Why'd you hide the tape? Shaun, you have to tell us.
You...
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
So you were embarrassed, is that it?
Yeah, but what's so weird about that? That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence? Shaun, how could you? Give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What? Ain't known about the giant monster footprint stuck out to you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint on the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hickey about this kid. I'm sure as I'm standing right here. Damn, Skippy there he is. He's hiding a scoop under them horns. And my name ain't Lotta Hart. Ah, shut it, both of you. I'm done talking.
No, you're not.
What?
The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? Yesterday evening?
Take that!
No, 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 no.
Take that!
The model of the Tortosaurus head fell from the roof of the trailer last night. Do you expect us to believe you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you, I ran my lines, I went home, that was it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Are you saying I can prove I know, are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible the head fell after Shaun left.
No proof, huh? Then the conversation's over.
Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about them last night more than the absolutely necessary. What is he hiding?
Hold it right there.
What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely.
What? There was something else on the tape?
Yeah, look closely. See the costume up in the top left?
Yeah, the Tortosaurus suit.
Something's different. Don't you see it?
I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging out looking a little saggy. And the zipper on the back is done up tight. The zipper? It's very hard to see, but I can see it. That's...
Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper's wide open. Why? Somebody's inside the suit, that's why.
What? Mr. Powers, the zipper. What can you tell us about it? Well, we always close it up tight when the suit's not in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. Do you remember something else I said not long ago? Let me refresh your memory.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Tartarosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Gavel? You pushed the president off the roof just like I said. You hid the body inside that costume.
I most certainly did not.
Protest all you like, I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavel could have been able to get in here.
What if she had an accomplice?
What?
I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it. What if Shaun was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof? The two of them are working together, the problem of the lock goes away. Then they work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over the top Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
You think the murder was really that carefully planned?
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
To suggest Shaun could have been involved in this is unthinkable.
You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say?
What about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
Who knows? But we'll soon find out. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty damn suspicious, even you have to agree with that.
Judge Gavelle, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details.
My apologies, but that's the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you...
Have to believe me, murders have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest.
I got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent.
Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? Let me guess, you're still going to try and stick up for them?
It's true. Judge Gavelle's actions certainly make her seem suspicious, but nothing she's told me amounts to a motive for murder or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
Hold it!
You're seriously suggesting a child could have been an accomplice in this murder?
Look at him, he's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned he's in junior high, right?
Knuckle back!
Zhang Li says, "Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty and will be treated as such."
Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh?
I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you saying he deserves mercy because of his age?
Of course not. I'm saying there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you.
I'll look forward to it, but be warned, I'm only getting warmed up. If the two of them are working together, the problem with the lock goes away.
Hold it!
Goes away how exactly?
I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof.
Pushes, okay.
Then the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code.
Kid opens coat, knows lock, gotcha.
Okay, other way round.
And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. No more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code.
That would explain away the problem of the lock, that's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue.
I will. Over the next part will shut you up for good.
Hold it!
But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide the body for a full day?
Look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. If you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. Like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body.
Hold it!
The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain there was a body in there at the time, can you?
Maybe not. But we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I'll put money on us finding proof it was in there.
Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, none at all. Maybe a little right, though. Gets pretty sweaty in there. Ugh, it's filthy. Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kind of moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof somebody other than you used the costume. The dirt in there must have come from the body.
I guess the president was lying right in the middle of the footprint.
he probably would have gotten pretty dirty. Exactly. Well, everybody happy?
Hold it!
If the dirt is from where the body was hidden inside the suit, we would assume it came directly from the body, correct?
What are you even talking about? Of course we are. What else could it have come from? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the part of the chest would have been.
The chest? I think that might be an important clue.
This theory has together pretty well, I have to say.
It's certainly the case they would have carried out the murder if they were working together. I don't think we stand much to gain by disputing that.
What do we do instead?
We listen carefully to his testimony once more and see if we can tease out anything of value.
Objection!
Never mind.
Objection!
Don't know why I didn't go for that first. I was thinking it the whole time.
So our assumption is the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case?
Why? Is there a problem?
The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty.
Yeah, it really is.
But look at the victim. The area of the body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all.
Okay, I see where they're going.
If the victim had been crammed in there, as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt.
Fine. So what's your explanation? How will the dirt get inside there?
Based on the videotape, there may very well have been somebody inside the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president?
Come on, Kay, think. Where was it?
Is something the matter, Kay?
I've seen dirt like that somewhere else, I'm sure of it. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little grey bits in it.
Grey bits? She's right. There's something mixed in there.
It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it.
Stuck to something we looked at? An item of evidence, maybe? It's probably worth checking. One of the items we found had a similar kind of dirt stuck to it. Here's where the gloves come in.
Take that!
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contains small flecks of something grey.
And?
We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves.
You're right, the dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying that stuff is? What exactly are these grey flecks of yours?
I believe the grey flecks are concrete.
Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean?
Exactly. And who'd the gloves on which we found with similar dirt and grey flecks belong to?
Chairman Winner. We found him in his garage.
That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today. We found a pair of mechanic's gloves covered in dirt. If I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanic's gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them when they used the hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete and the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances.
Are you saying...
Yes, we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely they were dug by Chairman Winner.
Highly likely? Pfft. If that's so, tell me this. Why the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve?
Why indeed. I imagine he must have been burying something.
Oh, I smell treasure. So what was it? Where did he bury?
There's only one way to find out. Dig it up and see.
You think the cops didn't check already? There's nothing buried under any of these footprints.
Oh, it seems I was mistaken. In which case, he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on the lot he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained entrance from there. Then he used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig up the 3 footprints. When he found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in the holes.
Ah, but then Shaun must have shown up, right?
I think he did, yes. Chairman Winner would have had to have found a hiding place, and the Torosaurus suit proved to be just that.
Ah. You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves? It's good, but it's all just speculation. We don't have any proof that's what was inside that suit. He could have dug the holes and gotten out before the kid even showed up.
Objection!
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows Chairman Winner was still present when the recording was made.
What?
It's a shame Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. If we compare the situation as we see it now, to the situation as it appears on Shaun's rehearsal tape, and compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage, aha! It soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. But part of this image shows that Chairman Winner was still here.
Take that!
Look at the bag next to the Torosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves, that has to indicate a connection, surely. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winner in the suit. And if he was there, the president's body can't have been.
Aye-ya!
Good. It seems I convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory.
Somebody get to Chairman Winner's ass right away. We need to know what's in that bag.
Yes, sir.
Have you done lost your minds? I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this hog swill?
Oh, this is all we need.
Them right there is Torosaurus's footprints, damn it. Ain't no holes dug by no old guy.
I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that's exactly what they are.
Don't matter to me none what you just done did. I don't believe it and that's it. I done told y'all, I've seen the big bad bull with my own 2 eyes. The giant eye peering through the window. I thought we got him past this knot.
The giant eye peering through the window. I thought we got him past this nonsense.
We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh?
Responsible ones. But I guess that's the whole problem.
Wait. Ain't like it was just about to be the foot... It ain't... Oh, for fuck's sake. Ain't like it was just about the footprints nohow. You were seen fraternizing one of them monsters, ain't that correct, young man? By the young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken.
We're never going to get anywhere with these 2 around.
Maybe we could prove to them it wasn't a monster either. They'll finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas?
Prove that it wasn't a monster? Fine. I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do.
What are you two whispering about? You're behind something, ain't you? Admit it. Quick, Tabby. Roll tape.
Can I politely ask you both calm down? The monster the boy has been talking to, we know what it was now. Huh? That's right. Shaun's rehearsal tape finally cleared that up in particular mystery.
It did?
The point at which Miss Nichols thought that was Shaun was Gordy. That would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I believe she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Ah. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture.
I don't see no Gordy. That ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography.
What was Miss Nichols' Gordy really?
Take that!
That's right, it was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy.
What?
Shaun's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question were attached to a crane.
Bull! How the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh?
Objection!
How indeed, Miss Nichols?
Yeah?
You told us you think you might need new glasses, didn't you?
Yeah, my eyesight's got way worse all of a sudden.
I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness.
That's right, I only saw a silhouette. But you done told us! Skin like an enormous worm, you said! You about tried to let your precious crane your precious crane up and grew skin somehow? I ain't even no flesh on them metal bones, let alone skin.
You're entirely correct, of course, about the crane. As it was in this particular picture anyway, but it did have a skin of sort last night.
I knew you were a scoop head, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve, is that it?
That wasn't my intent at all, but I do think it's time I finally put them both out of misery. Gordy's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all, it was this.
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us it seemed likely to rain last night. That never happened in the end, but I think Shaun may have covered the crane with a rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin.
What? Aw, heck.
Well, Shaun, am I mistaken?
You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing.
I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. Simply a trick of the light.
And just like that, the dream dies again. Chief. I think they may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us, but it seems I could have been maybe a little wrong, maybe.
All right, we know the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy?
Everybody except those two.
Agent Lang! The present autopsy report is out, sir. About fucking time. Is it? Let me see it.
Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages by extreme pressure from above.
Not a fall then.
So we have our cause of death. He was crushed.
Just as we thought.
Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance around his chest. They did find gunshot residue on his right hand.
Gunshot residue? Guess he's a kid at heart, huh?
Gunshot residue, Kay. A substance left behind on a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates the President may have used a gun.
Really? We didn't find a gun anywhere, did we?
Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The President didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of a big building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaurus head, as we said he was.
Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right.
Amazing. Does that mean Judge Cavell isn't a suspect anymore?
Surely it must, or if the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the President the night before last. The autopsy report puts the time of death around 11 p.m. last night. And we know that Torosaurus head fell around then too. All the facts line up perfectly.
What a relief.
Yep, that's what I thought.
It might be a little too soon to celebrate.
What?
Sure, I think we can accept that the falling head must have been what killed the President. But that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall. Or who?
We know it happened late last night, so we have to think about who was here at that time.
What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean...
I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Shaun. The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints. And yet he wanted us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely.
We haven't yet established if the footprints had anything to do with the murder. Even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved.
Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact he's shaking like a leaf.
It does seem like Agent Lang might be onto something, but I don't think Shaun's going to talk.
Fine, keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking?
What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang?
The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days.
Would you go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted?
It's not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not?
Sure do, little V. Good. That should make this nice and quick.
Mr. Edgeworth, might I request that you be you who carries out the analysis in question?
Why me?
I fear Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst.
Image analyses isn't exactly my specialty, but alright. Are any new clues to be discovered somewhere in the image data? I wonder. Oh.
Eureka!
What the?
What's that, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see. Ah!
What is it? What's the matter? Show me.
Mr. Edgeworth, the court asked you to share your findings.
Zooming on the top right part of the image and look closely.
There's a person there. It's the President!
My!
What? You're kidding, right? Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you?
This doesn't look good for Shaun at all.
Wait, this doesn't prove anything. I didn't know he was there. I don't believe you, and the evidence does in fact prove something very important. That you and the President were at the scene of the crime together. Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang.
No, that's ridiculous. Why would he? Shaun, you didn't. You can't have. Can you? What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that.
Surely even you can't deny it looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh. He claimed he
knew nothing about what happened, but the President's right there with him.
Shaun, what are you not telling us? We need to know.
He's right, Shaun. Be honest now. It's the only way.
The truth is it was all my fault.
Shaun, what did you do?
It was my fault. The Torosaurus head fell off the trailer.
How the fuck did you set things on fire then, eh?
I went up to the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using. I turned on the heater while I was up there.
Oh, right, I forgot.
I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mum called and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Torosaurus head had fallen from the roof and the President was just there lying next to it.
No.
We did find evidence of a fire having broken out on top of the roof.
It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself.
We're saying the President died because of Shaun?
If he did, that'd make the whole thing just an accident.
What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground?
I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof and put it back together again. You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from? In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work, kid. It's not like I did any of this on purpose. I really just didn't forget to turn the heater off.
Yes, and when the fire had burned through, the legs of the table would have collapsed and the head
would have fallen onto the ground below. The fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed. I'd also happened to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are very flammable. Not a great place to keep them.
And you swear it was an accident? Seems a little convenient. What was the President even doing there in the first place? How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't even see anybody, I swear! I still don't believe you. Why'd President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night?
His reasons for coming here are something of a mystery, it's true. He met Judge Gavell on the roof 2 nights ago. But he was also here on the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Shaun? I think we need to go over the boy's statements very carefully indeed.